Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams Midwillamette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. And for more information on Summit Cleaning and Restoration and their cleaning and restoration services, go to summitclean.com. And for more information on the Aging Better Network and Christine Smith, go to agbetternetwork.com. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo! Here we are live on The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. I almost didn't have the background and us up there, but I made it at the last minute. Too many last minute little tweaks, and so, but we are ready to go. And I'm excited for a new day. Scott, how about you?
Oh, really, really excited. It's always a highlight of the week. Get to hang out with Russ, but not only Russ did we hang out here digitally, we got to meet live and in person again last Friday, and
That's right.
have a little tea or coffee and just relax a little bit.
Tea, crumpets, and all that. Yes, it was great. Yeah, my favorite coffee shop downtown Salem, Isaac's. Shout out to Isaac's downtown. It's a great place. One of
Yep.
my past sponsors on another live stream, so appreciate them. But no, it's a great place and close, kind of between you and I, Scott, a little bit there. So great to be able to hang out with my friend Scott. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
and here we are again, where we normally meet virtually in the studios. And, I just reminded everybody, hey, we're here every week. Not only do Scott and I get together on other days of the week, but we're here online every week, Wednesdays, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. And right before we came here, we were over on Instagram on The Experience Backstage with our friend Shree. We're there every week at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And whatever time it is where you are, we'd love for you to join us. Here on The Experience, we broadcast on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. The blessing of that is it stays on those platforms after we actually broadcast, and you can watch on replay. And if you do, which I know a lot of you do, please put hashtag Team Replay. And please join us and join our community on the experience.video, which is our YouTube page. Just type in the experience.video. It'll take you right there. You can subscribe today. In fact, you can open a separate tab right now. Right now, do it. Do it.
Move.
Open a separate tab and click on the experience.video and join our community today. We're trying to grow that, and we appreciate you being part of that today. One last thing that I'm going to say, Scott, and then I got a question for you, and that is, we love and appreciate our sponsors. Thanks so much to Christine Smith and the Aging Better Network, to the Gillette Home team, Laura Gillette and her team that have supported us from day one.
Yep.
Also, huge thanks to Summit Restoration and Cleaning, and they're amazing. They're amazing people there. We appreciate them. Kay Marie and Joey Speeton and so many more great people there. So I want to tell how much we appreciate them. But we have a spot open next month. If you want to get the best deal ever, this show is it. Next month has 5 Wednesdays.
Oh my gosh.
Message going to be busy. Me and ask me why that's an amazing deal. Next week has 5 Wednesdays, or next month. So message me and say, Russ, why is that such an amazing deal if I am a sponsor of The Experience? So we'd love to have you there. Anyway, Scott, what else is going on for you this week?
Well, it's been really fun. I've been working with Vanessa Smith, and her company is Necessary Designs. She is a fabulous graphic artist. She does
Amazing.
all kinds of graphics. She's done murals for businesses, for communities, but she's doing the layout for my independent planner, which is a supplement to your digital calendar. So it's an analog paper planner that I've been putting out for years, but we're doing an undated version for Amazon that is the goal setting, goal tracking, uh, planner, and daily journal all in one book. And so here's my offer for folks. We're doing the layout right now. It's just about finished. uh, Contact me. Email scott@dscottsmith.com, on LinkedIn, whatever you want. I will send you a full PDF version of this. What I would like to get is some quotes back from you that I can include on Amazon and in the planner itself. And so it might say uh, a fabulous quote from Russ Hedge, author of Befuddled, Live the Life You Lose, you lose, you choose, and number one best-selling international author of Rattled Awake Volume One. And so this is a way that we help each other, right?
Right.
We get quoted, we get listed as author of, and so message me. I'll send you the full PDF for free, no charge. But I would just love to get some quotes that I can share.
So I definitely have to give you a quote. So remind me of that. And second of all, I just want to say that Vanessa is amazing. We got to get
Yeah.
her to join us as a
Mhm.
sponsor, but she did great murals in the men's room at Southpaw's Pizza. And
Yeah.
just in case anybody wonders
Not
why I
just
bring that
there
up,
only, but
yes,
not just in the
she
men's room.
yeah, she did it in other places too, but in the but it's funny because I always see it in the men's room, I guess. But Southpaw's Pizza is like the Gillette home team for this show. He has been an amazing sponsor of Marketing with Russ since the very beginning. So great sponsor. Vanessa and I were actually in a networking group together for years, New Business Generation (NBG),
Yeah,
and
I remember.
she's great. Yeah, appreciate her. So
Fabulous.
okay, listen, I tell you, I'm excited. We're just going to jump to our guests because you brought up Rattle Awake. They're both doing amazing, amazing things. But we have Chris Freer and Willie J on this morning, both co-authors of mine from the first edition. Uh, yes, Volume One. That's what it says of
Mhm.
Rattle Awake. And we're going to start by bringing in Willie J this morning. You ready? Okay, let's do it. Willie's ready. Here he is,
Yeah.
Willie J.
Hey, what's going
Okay.
on? Good morning.
Got your coffee. You're all ready.
Yes, right. Hello, fellas. You guys are strapped with the coffee too, I see, huh?
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
like Russ, I've been up since 4:30, and it's dark on the West Coast at 4:30 in the morning. But here
Same.
it is, 7 a.m. It is still dark.
Mm.
So, you know.
It's interesting because we were talking routine, Willie, and I'm just
Mhm.
going to give this little nugget, and then we're going to let you take over here. But the the whole idea of getting up early in the morning, which obviously all three of us do,
Mm-hmm.
we live a few hours before anybody else even thinks about getting out of bed. That gives you, I read this in a book just this last week, gives you a distinct advantage in life, right? We're
Yeah,
always looking for that extra step, that extra little advantage to be able to do the amazing things that God has created us to do, right? Well,
that's
get up
right.
a couple hours early and get
Yeah,
some stuff done, right? Do
that's
whatever
it.
you need to do, and then you have time to really be active. I learned that I think back when I had my first job, I worked for a huge advertising agency and it was crazy downtown
Mm.
Portland when everybody showed up. It was insane and my schedule was running. So I got there a couple hours before everybody. Quiet, nobody was there, got all my stuff done. When everybody else rolled in, I was ready. I was ready to
Yeah,
go. So
there you go. Yeah,
all right, Willie, give us a
I
little
love it.
insight. Who
I
is the
love.
amazing Willie J and what are you up to?
Oh man, we're up to a lot of things, man. Founder of Pure Mission Entertainment. born and raised east of St. Louis. He started our company out, and it's been amazing. I would like to kind of echo you with the morning. I was just talking about the importance of starting off your day. I like to call it first fruits, guys.
Mm.
Giving God that first part of the day, and it just sets, with meditation and prayer. This
Yeah.
is something we've been doing for a long time, for decades now, and you just keep compounding that, and you see the value in just waking up, because the time is accelerated, man. I mean, can you believe it's 2023 is almost over, right?
That's amazing.
And it's been an amazing year. It's been a ride, but it's been a fast ride. It's like a roller coaster in real time, and one that never ends. And that's important to set the tone of your day, man. And to take it, you get so much more done. You get so much more done. But yes, the Pure Mission Entertainment. We're definitely known for our phrases and slogans. Vision and mission is creating hope through arts and entertainment. The founder, CEO, musician of three instruments, author of a few books. Before The Rat of the Wake, I was known for a couple of books, The Crying Songbird, a book I wrote, right after my mom passed of breast cancer, and my grandmother within that same year. And it was pretty crazy. It was a bittersweet moment. And that following year, I released my first book through Ingram Books and Publish America, a company out of Baltimore, Maryland. And it consists of storylines and poetry, storylines to set up the tone, I guess, and so you can kind of get the picture of what we're putting into poetry form, in the poetic format. So we went from The Crying Songbird to Flying Above All. We went from that book to Sunshine with the Rain. So you kind of get this evolution. You're getting this evolutional process, which got us in the who's who in American literature, man, which was great. To be featured with Maya Angelou, the legends Maya Angelou, Mark Twain, Jack London, name a few. You can see that on our website and look it up, Who's Who in American Literature book. And I hadn't put a book out, Russ and Scott, since 2014. That was the last book of poetry. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to start working on my personal growth books and start sharing these winning strategies with people. And, people see the charts, and, we've had many songs to chart. But I think it's more important to note that we didn't merely start an entertainment company with a fancy name. Pure Mission Entertainment really derived from a scripture in the Bible, that a beatitude, if you will, Matthew 5:8. And it says, blessed are the pure in heart, right?
Mm.
And they shall
Right.
what? See God. So, I woke up one morning and got, in first fruits again, first fruits. And he said, first fruits meditation and prayer. And he said, I want you to start a company. And I want you to call it, go to Matthew 5:8. And I heard this voice, who I like to call the voice of the Holy Spirit. And he said, start a company for me, be a good steward over this company. And here's the foundational pieces here. And I met with my buddy Aaron, and I said, hey, man, I got this vision to start this company. And it derives from Matthew 5:8. And he said, call it Pure Mission Entertainment. And your vision and mission is going to be creating hope through arts and entertainment. And the mission, the overall end result, is to empower people, change lives. So, long story short, we got together. He said, hey, I don't know if you heard or not. I got something for you. I want you to write a song for this worthy cause. And it has something to do with this hurricane called Hurricane Mariah. And I said, oh, okay, awesome. Got together, prayed about it. Got a few of my clients, Arthur Flash Johnson, which is a NAACP award winner, a good client of mine. So you can find him on the record Sunshine with the Rain. We had gotten discovered with the Leonard Skinner member who co-wrote Sweet Home Alabama. And he kind of he discovered a brother.
Nice.
And I got everybody together. Yeah, you know about Sweet Home Alabama. Then he was like co-manager of the Eagles, the group The Eagles, right? And that was a nice little interesting combination there, because I like some rock, but it's he came to me, and I was just so happy to be working on a Journey tune, "Don't Stop Believing," right?
Oh
With the
yeah,
little ding, 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 ding,
love
right?
that.
And a producer from Atlanta sent that to me. So we start. Long story short, we start putting out. I said, why not be the message? Not just having a nice title, Pure Mission Entertainment, even knowing where it derives from. So why not just start? Let's make a difference from the beginning, as opposed to waiting down the line, until we've had a bunch of hit records or whatever, and then we try to do worthy causes, which is nothing wrong with it. So why not
Hmm.
just be the brand and just launch our first single and let it be a charity-based project? And we
Yeah.
did that. My daughter was a part of that. She's 17 now. I think she was much younger then. That was about 2.5, 3 years ago now, maybe like 2.5 years ago. And let's just say it was a success. It hit number 2 on the Euro charts, top 200 Billboard.
Wow.
And that was our follow-up to Sunshine with the Rain. And then we were asked again, a gentleman by the name of Tom Etsy, who worked with Anita Baker. He cried over the Puerto Rico song. We called it "We Love You, Puerto Rico." The good news is that, not beyond the charts, that it brought a lot of people back, like tourists who had left that I don't want to say country because they're on the mainland, but Puerto Rico. And we got kind of like the keys to the city when we come back and say, hey, man, you guys need to come here. We love to celebrate. We thank you for that record. They play it out all the time. And I think that the gist was that they were really empowered by it. Charts is one thing. Accolades is great. Like me and you guys were on the part. Chris is who's getting ready to come on, and me and you and Russ, Route of the Wake series. Lonnie and Steve came together, brought
Oh
some
yeah,
some
that
good
was so
stuff.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
You know
leading
what?
up,
I'm gonna
yeah,
jump in there because I'm gonna
yeah,
bring Chris in while we're talking about that because
yeah,
here he is, Mr. Chris Freer, who
yeah,
is another co-author of Rattle the Wake, and
yeah. Route of the Wake.
So
what an
Yes.
here we
amazing
have,
time.
let me just break in too and say, here we have a trio of #1 international best-selling authors,
Yeah.
and they came together and produced this book with a number of other authors in there.
Yeah.
And so I just want to tell people, look, you think you want to write a book, but you haven't done it. There is an opportunity out here with the Rattle to Wake series
Yeah.
to get started, and I tell you that it should be inspiration to everybody, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
And
and
and that's what I'm
Willie,
hoping from today's show. And so
yes,
I'll turn it back
yeah.
over to Russ and Chris here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Good
was just
stuff,
gonna
Scott.
say that,
That's
Willie,
good
you and I
stuff.
have to talk more later about your mom's journey, your book on after your mom passed away from cancer, because there, if
Yeah.
you don't know Tim Sohn and Showing Up Perspectives on
Mhm.
Cancer group, we got to talk about that. But while we have Chris in the
Yeah.
room,
For sure.
we got Chris here.
Yeah.
We got to hear a little bit about Mr. Christopher, my good friend, who I got to spend a lot of time with writing this book. We got to work together. Such an amazing man across the pond from us here. Chris, good morning. Let everybody know a little bit about you.
Well, I tell you what, I'm just blown away by listening. I absolutely love listening to Willie J speak. I tell you,
Oh,
he
thank you,
captivates
Chris.
me
Enjoy
every
you
time,
too, man.
every time. And
Likewise, brother.
watching the intro to your show, Russ, all of them happy smiling faces. I just think it's amazing, and it's just been amazing for me to meet such powerful individuals when I got involved in writing my chapter in the Rattle the Wake book. What a fantastic connection I have in you. You know, um, my story, if you like, is that I kind of want to create as many happier, healthier humans as I possibly can. And my passion and reason for doing that is that I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 21 years ago, which was a really big thing for me at the time. Really big thing. In fact, it almost ended my life because I chose one day that there was nothing to actually live for. Fortunately, it wasn't meant to be, and I was meant to do more work in this arena, if you like. And it's just been an amazing, ever since that day, it's just been an amazing awakening for me. And the amount of people that I've met along my journey that are inspirational, that inspire me as well. You know, I just love life, you know. And you guys were talking about, you know, the time in your country. Well, I was up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I was in the gym at 7 o'clock. And bearing in mind, a number of years ago, I was in a wheelchair. So I got out of that in spite of what my medical professionals were telling me I couldn't do. Yeah. So that's why I'm passionate about creating as many happier, healthier humans as I possibly can. Because do you know what, guys? We have got a chronic health explosion in our societies today. And I know it's happening in the States. It's definitely happening here in the UK. And many of those conditions, the precursor to that is lifestyle and what they're saying to themselves and they're consuming, you know. We have inactive lifestyles. We have unhealthy food choices available to us now. And it's creating a population that is unhealthy. You know, I ain't changed that, guys. I want to change that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I love this, Chris. This is why I love you from the very beginning, and that is you want to make more happier, healthy humans. You want to inspire and encourage people. And how are you doing that? You are doing that by showing up and proving God's not done with you yet. That's what I always say to people, you know, about my journey. You go from being wheelchair bound to working out in the gym. You're moving on with life with a positive attitude. Just proof that there's so much we can do for the human body just by our mindset and our attitude and our perspective on life. And you, my friend, are a perfect example of that. You're amazing.
And Chris, I love this. I love this whole thing with diet. And I was talking to a football coach and a big program that both Russ and I support avidly. And he was talking about these athletes when they would come into the program. Of course, they're all great athletes and knowledge of the game and so forth. But he says the number one thing that we do for them is diet. We focus on their diet. And he said, we have this basic rule that says, if you can tell that it came from the ground or off an animal, eat as much as you want. Basically, get rid of the processed food. But I just thought, man, what a beautiful way to think about it, right? If you can tell it came out of the ground or off an animal, eat as much as you want.
Those products that you're talking about there do not come with a list of ingredients, do they?
That's right.
Right.
You know, look at the packaged stuff that we get offered. It's got a list of ingredients on it. Many of the words I can't even pronounce. You know, so I say if it comes in a packet with a list of ingredients, I don't eat it. End of.
Yeah.
You know?
Health is our wealth, right?
That's it. Well, and if you can't pronounce the ingredients, you shouldn't be eating it. You know, there's so many. It's funny because I eat these things called Lara bars that I started when my wife and I were eating healthier, and that's one of the things that I have just for a snack food when I need stuff. And they have, like, it says almonds and dates. That's what's in the bar. Real stuff. There's nothing else with it. It's almonds and dates all mixed up and pressed together. I mean, there's things like that are really good things, good for you. And when you have all of these crazy, I mean, it takes a lot to pay attention to because most of what we eat has all the crazy ingredients in it, the preservatives, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, Willie, you're obviously a healthy guy. And, you know, I mean, I mean, that has propelled all of us to a better life, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Food is energy, I found out. And the better I start eating, Russ and Scott and Chris, is the more I start seeing the trajectory of everything changed around me, even the dynamic of my business and the company. You know, people see the accolades right in between. You know, we believe in the intermittent fasting lifestyle. You know, that plays a big role in these, you know, these accolades, these number ones that people see, and to keep on growing and growing with the flow, you know?
That's right. I love that, growing with the flow. And that
Growing
was
with
the
the
name
flow.
of Willie's
That's my
chapter
chapter.
in Rattle the Wake. That's right.
Volume 1.
Chris, I
Guys,
can tell you
can I
want to
ask you
say
a
something.
question?
Jump in.
Can I just want to ask you a question, Willie, because you've talked about what you're eating and you talked about intermittent fasting. Do you find that it gives you a clearer, more clarity in your thinking to be able to create all these amazing things that you're creating? Do you think that is one of the
Great
powers
question.
behind it?
Yes, I think that is somewhat the nucleus, Chris, of everything to be able to. It's one thing to say grow with the flow, but that mindset and to be able to reset and unplug things that shouldn't be there and gauge those thoughts. I definitely, with the music and the books, Right Away 1 and 2, and the books that I previously talked about. We were recently acknowledged as in LA Weekly this year, right? It's #1 amazing revolutionary innovator, right? But innovation that definitely comes from a mindset, but food and the lifestyle of eating definitely plays a major role in that.
This is an interesting thing, and I know that the responsible host is going to have to jump in here, but our brain uses 30% of the energy that we produce every day. 30%, just our brain.
Wow.
Right? Now, when we eat, we know that blood and energy has to divert to our digestive system to process that food.
Yeah.
Right? So you want the food to create the energy to go to your brain, but if you're always digesting, and this is that intermittent fasting, if you're always digesting,
Yeah.
what's going to your brain?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're short circuiting the system.
That's true. That's true. One more thing. Traveling back and forth to LA in the studio, my engineers would ask me, Willie, how do you remember all the material without writing? I haven't written down lyrics in like almost a decade. I don't take notebooks or anything. All those songs you heard, Russ, that you share with your, and I believe eating has a lot to do with it, of course, prayer and stuff like that. But I believe that helps the dynamic of my prayer. It helps the dynamic of our meditation. You know what I mean? You're able to dive in deeper and and it helps your memory. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can remember
Well, there's so much that
much.
I've learned about that too, Willie, with diet, with my whole cancer journey, learning about what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my body, and the things that strengthen my immune system. Also natural. I mean, it's almost like God knew what He was doing when He put
Yeah.
things on this earth, that we actually utilize that
Yeah.
and eat
Yeah.
healthy. And it's amazing. And the other thing too is when you eat healthy, you feel better. When you
Yeah.
give yourself morning, we talked about morning routine. When you give yourself time and you get going in the morning, you're more on top of things, right? And
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm a God first start guy in the morning. But
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just feel like your whole life is blessed from that point on, when that is your primary focus, and then you're eating healthy and taking care of the temple of your body, and you're
Yeah.
moving forward, only amazing things are going to happen with it,
That's
and then
true.
keeping that good mindset. So
Yeah.
okay, I do have to be the responsible host, guys, because we're winding down. But I want to, Chris, we're going to start with you, and I want you to give everybody just your little golden nugget of our discussion today, what you want people to remember, and then let everybody know how they get in touch with you.
Okay, I mean, my golden nugget really is guys, think about the language that you're using when you're communicating with yourself. Okay,
Mm.
because it's really important that you get out of your own way that's preventing you from getting to the place that you want to get to. Remember this: there is no such word as I can't. It just does not exist. If you want to achieve something, you absolutely possibly can. Try and live the healthiest, happiest life that you can.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an amazing point.
Yeah.
And then, Chris, so people want to learn more about your incredible making more amazing humans. How do they get in touch with you?
Okay, well, my company is called Upbeat Life. I have a website. I really look forward to speaking to anybody. You can contact me through that website, which is www.upbeatlife.co.uk. Okay. And I really look forward to speaking to you, especially you guys over the other side of the pond. I think you've all got amazing lifestyles and amazing stories, and I want to speak to you.
I
Likewise.
appreciate that, but you have the most amazing accent of all because I
Oh
love
yeah,
British accent. I know you don't
yeah.
feel like you have an accent, but you have a great voice. All right, Willie,
Chris
you're
is
up,
that
Willie.
guy. Yeah, yeah. Chris is
Yeah.
a great guy. Great guy. Yeah. My mess would be, my takeaway would be, just continue to grow with the flow. Take what life one day at a time. And I think one of the secrets of life is just learning to live life from the inside out rather than from the outside in, and always be willing to do self inventory on yourself, as if your first business is mind, body, heart, and soul. And check out those books that we're in, volume one. Those are classics, man.
Hmm.
And check out everybody's stories. They're amazing. And then check out mine's, growing with the flow. That's not perfect. Winning is not perfect. It's what you make of it, and you never stop that. And I look forward to dropping that new book in the top of the year. Never Stop Winning. Evolution that never ends. And just know that you can do, be, and have anything that you set your mind to. And because resilience is brilliance. And you can reach me at williejpmebookings.com or puremissionentertainment.com, or follow me on Instagram at williejpme, at williejpme. And keep the
That
faith,
is
man.
that is so awesome. That is so awesome. And I was gonna be ready today, and Scott, I'm sorry, I failed. Yes, there is failure occasionally. I know we had that discussion. I forgot to put a couple of your amazing magazine covers. I was gonna plop over the
Oh,
screen as we were talking this morning, Willie, and I completely forgot.
Name
oh,
the
yeah.
magazines. Name the magazines
Willie
because
was
people
on
have
top.
heard of these things.
He was on front
Morocco
of
Forbes.
Forbes magazine in Morocco. That's amazing. LA
Yeah.
LA magazine.
Hey,
You're in
man.
the cover of that. Oh my
And,
goodness, some
and
amazing stuff.
Stardom 101. So probably about three this year. And
Yeah, that's
check out volume two as well. I'm in volume two, Rattle the Wake series too. And I think they're getting ready to do three.
Once
But
again, Chris and Willie J, I often mention this, that here on The Experience, we only invite guests who are representatives of the most remarkable people on the planet.
wow.
And no exception today. You
Wow.
no.
guys, man, you epitomize what is going on. Thank you
Bless
so
you
much.
guys.
What an
I
honor.
think this. I think the same about you guys. You guys are doing a great work, man. And
Thank you.
I encourage you, to keep it going and keep growing with the flow. You guys have a great thing going on here. Thanks for
Well,
having
Honored.
I think that's part of that whole theme, both of you growing with the flow, because Chris, you've grown through your journey, and Willie J, you've grown through your journey. I mean, Willie J's got a lot of past journey that got him to where he is now. That is
me.
amazing. That's why you need to connect with these men, and all of their connection information is in the comments, in the show notes.
Yeah.
It's clickable. You can go directly to them. You need to do that today because I'm telling you, amazing stuff. And like like you said, life is not perfect, and what we do is not always perfect, but we
Yeah.
keep moving in that positive direction. You're going to have ups and downs in life. You're going to have challenges along the way, but you know what?
Mhm.
You're going to take that next step forward, and you're going to keep moving, right? That's why Scott and I
Yes.
have had a lot of good consistency on this show and our other live streams because we've just hung in there. There's probably
Yeah.
days we wake up. Well, there's days I do, I'll admit it, that I wake up and I don't really want to do it. You know, I don't really want to do it, but I do it anyway, right? I keep
Yeah.
moving because then I work myself out of it. Because if I don't want to do it and then I come into the room with Willie J and Chris and Scott,
Woohoo.
whew, that gets me, it does. It
There we
lifts me
go.
up. It
Raise the roof.
energizes me, and that's why we need to get around great people. And I was just going to say real quick that Chris, I appreciate you so much. You're such an
Mhm.
authentic, strong human being, and I don't know who that's around you could not want to be a better human in their life just looking at what you've done.
Yeah.
Willie J, you're inspiring, and one of these days I'm going to be doing the intro for the Grammys, and
Yeah.
on that intro I'm going to be introducing my son as a nominee and Willie J as a
I, be,
nominee
I
for
believe
the
that.
Grammys. So there you
That's
go. That's
next.
going to happen someday. They're going to say, "Hey, this is the
Here to
dad
That's
of the
accept
it.
the
friend."
award.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
I'll come up and accept the award for them. There you go.
Yeah, and you'll get that great accent, that great St. Louis accent.
Absolutely.
St.
Yeah.
Louis
No doubt.
accent, right?
That's it. And
That's
Chris
right.
can come and help me.
Midwest swing.
Well, this is where dreams can become realities.
Yeah.
And you guys can relate to this, and Willie, with music especially. This is my last thing. I got to be responsible and wrap it up. But when my son was little, he was banging on those drums, and he was amazing from the time he was little. But he has now been Grammy nominated twice. And so not yet for, it was for his technical
awesome.
production on music, not for his actual band. But one of these days, his band will be nominated. Willie J, I believe it, will be nominated.
Yeah.
And I will be there in the front row cheering them both on, because dreams do come true when you put action to your hopes and dreams. When you put, and you look at that with Chris, when you have the hope and dream of walking, you don't stay in that wheelchair. You get up and you get moving. Be inspired today, everybody. Know that there's hope for tomorrow. And we're going to leave you with something fun here at the end, because we need to get a good screenshot picture. So guys, I need you all to give me your best screenshot, and Ever's going to take a picture of us right now. You ready? Here we go. Okay, there we go.
Fabulous,
all right,
fabulous.
she
Thank
got
you,
one
Ever.
in there. All I got to say is, Kermie's happy. We're all good. So with that, guys, we're going to send you out and wrap the show up. So hang tight in the green room. We'll be right there. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much
for having us, man.
You bet. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Now we're huge. There we go. All right.
Fabulous day.
Man, I'm telling you, I get so excited and I get so inspired. I mean, it's true. Some people say yada, yada, yada. Sure, you say that all the time. No, we do have the most amazing friends and guests that come on the show. I get all excited. They get me ready for the day.
It's just fabulous every Wednesday, and watch the replays. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, get the notifications, and but when you
Binge
get
the experience, right?
Absolutely, you get an inspiration specialist and a motivational listener. Wow! And then you bring in these fabulous guests. Oh my word!
Well, I'm telling you, forget Netflix, forget Prime. You can binge the experience. You just get on the experience.video, and I'm telling you, will be inspired and amazed by the people that we are blessed in having on. Not only have we had award-winning, magazine covering stars like Willie, also amazing, uplifting, inspiration people that have done amazing things in their life, like Chris. We've had 9/11 heroes. We've had Cinderella on Broadway. We've had all kinds of
couple of Broadway stars.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amazing things. And we're not just saying that the other people aren't amazing. We're just saying that we have so many amazing people that are doing great things in their life. And you know what? Do not forget to be thankful. And, it'll come up at the end, but we're part of the hashtag 1000 Thanks movement. And we started that. Thanksgiving is coming. Thanksgiving is coming next month. And we started that about 2 or 3 Thanksgivings ago. I can't remember.
I think it was in the first season, Russ. 1000 Thanks.
I think so. And Dr. Cindy Mulligan was one of our guests, and you, Scott, she
inspired that.
Yeah. And you guys came up with this great idea, and I just cheered you on, and we use it all the time. It's to remind you to be thankful. Yeah. You need to be thankful, and you need to let other people know that you're thankful.
1,000 times over. Thank you.
Yeah. With that, we're going to say goodbye because I've gone way over. So
Thank you, everybody.
Listen, have a great day and a great life. And until next Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we will see you. Have a great day, a great life, and
enjoy the experience.
Woohoo!
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.